Hello, dear people, hello, erudite, read and curious minds. Let us examine and trace a centuries-old mystery. A mystery in Sredna Gora, the Kutela, and how to find it. One of the greatest mysteries in the region of Sredna Gora continues to trouble historians and researchers. They call it the Kutela, a gigantic stone cup carved with perfect precision using unknown technology by unknown masters. But what was this enormous vessel, hidden in the bosom of the mountain, used for? A vessel large enough to hold a person, or even several people. Near the 1,000-year-old giant container are scattered strange rocks carved by human hands. Nearby there were also remains of the broken fragments of another stone cup, which, however, we were unable to find. Some scholars claim these are megaliths dating back to the time of the Thracians. Others date the find to a later period, the 9th century. There are many theories, but no one knows the true age of the Kutela, nor what it was used for. One thing is certain: the find is unique in Europe and has only a few analogues in the world. What the Kutela represents. The name Kutela comes from the word kotel, a large household vessel for heating water with a widened bottom and a handle for carrying. Kutel also refers to a type of mortar in which our grandmothers crushed dried plants with a pestle to make spices. Whether herbs or some liquid such as water, wine, or sacrificial blood were stored in the vessel is unclear. But what suddenly appeared before my astonished eyes resembled an illustration from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I felt as though I had entered a parallel world. The surreal teacup, lost among the bushes of the ancient forest, is perfectly crafted and seems to be waiting for its owner, perhaps some giant rabbit or forest spirit, to come and reclaim it at any moment. The bottom of the Kutela. At the bottom of the Kutela there once was a ritual image that has been erased by time. The Cup of the Gods, as the megalith is also called, is 1.5 meters high and about 1 meter deep. Its walls are approximately 40 centimeters thick. It had handles as well as a lid, but typically in our fashion, as early as the 19th century, a resident of the neighboring village of Rozovets broke off the enormous millstone-like cover and incorporated it into his courtyard pavement purely for aesthetic reasons. The first scientific publication about the Kutela was written by the famous archaeologist brothers Hermann A. Korpel and Karol A. Korpel in 1898. In it they recount how, in the lands of the village of Rozovets, near the ruins of the medieval monastery, St. Nicholas, they came upon a sacrificial Kutel. The researcher brothers were deeply impressed by the discovery. They described the enormous vessel as one of the most curious sacrificial stones on the territory of the country. Interestingly, at the end of the 19th century, when the Czech archaeologists first saw it, the Kutela was broken into pieces. But in the 1970s, the unique artifact was restored, and today the glued fragments can easily be distinguished. Scientists are amazed by the perfection of its craftsmanship. It far surpasses all carvings of this kind in the eastern Rhodopes, a region scattered with megaliths and trapezoidal rock niches. The cup in Sredna Gora is carved as though someone were cutting styrofoam or cake with a knife. How to reach the Kutela near the town of Pavelbanya lies this unique human creation. The turnoff leading to the archaeological landmark is located between the road connecting the beautiful Sredna Gora village of Rozovets and the village of Turia, the birthplace of Chudomir, the famous Bulgarian author and writer. A dirt road passes by the Kutela and leads to Bratton Hut, the Kutela megalithic structure. Around the giant cup lie scattered remains of ancient stones carved by human hands. If you travel from Rozovets toward Pavelbanya, the turnoff lies to the left of the road about 1 kilometer after a roadside fountain. My Bulgarian friends and I, of course, got lost as always. We found the megalith with the help of a local man who offered to guide us to the turnoff. We parked the car at the beginning of the dirt road winding into the mountain and leading to Bratton Hut. We started uphill on foot and after about 1 kilometer came upon a sign reading Kutela. The giant cup lies to the left of the dirt road. See the map at the very bottom of the publication? A 3,000-year-old Thracian wine press, a cup of Dionysus, used in the rituals of the Dionysian mysteries, a grain-grinding vessel, an urn, a water cistern, a hearth, a silo, and many other assumptions are associated with the mysterious archaeological site hidden among the folds of Sredna Gora. One of the most widespread theories is that it dates to the 9th century and that Christians were baptized in it. Some researchers claim that during the Middle Ages the Kutela was used by shamans for their secret and rather sinister rituals. They supposedly stuffed the victim into the cup, cut them into pieces inside it, and then boiled them to ensure an unobstructed passage to the afterlife, and so on and so forth. It is claimed that nearby fragments of a second, almost destroyed megalithic Kutela were discovered, but I did not see them. The most eccentric hypothesis connects the monument to a civilization far older than the Thracian one, yet much more technologically advanced than us. Some are even convinced that the Kutela is an artifact of an extraterrestrial civilization. The Kutela has other analogs around the world, yes, I admit it. The Kutela ignited my imagination. Our local cup cannot possibly be the only one in the world. It was probably created by a civilization somehow connected with other ancient cultures. Similar giant vessels have been discovered among the ruins of Ugarit, also known as Ras Shamra. Ugarit was a flourishing cosmopolitan city in ancient Syria during the 2nd millennium BC. One theory suggests that these large stone cups were used for the ritual production of beer. The plain of jars in Laos is covered with thousands of enormous stone vessels resembling the Kutela near Rozovets. The ancient jars are between 1 and 3 meters high. No one knows why or by whom they were created. According to one hypothesis, they served as burial urns thousands of years ago. According to another, huge quantities of wine were stored in them. Sredna Gora is a sacred and mystical land, scattered with dozens of megalithic structures hidden in its most secret places. These mystery-shrouded sites still have not been thoroughly studied, and that is why anyone who manages to reach them feels like an explorer. On my list, there are at least 3 more local megaliths that I intend to discover for myself very soon, during my next visit to Bulgaria.